10 steps instead. Snooze, I won't, I can't lose, really rest.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 180! 150! Don't say nothing.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Check. Check. Hot, hot, hot. Wall. Get wall.
Hey, Rip 5-2, out here. 40 seconds.
Wentz now on first down. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Opening minute and already a trip to the red zone. It's first and 10 from the 12.
Under 10. 10.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 12-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Sheldon Rankins providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 36. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Number 53, Mike 53. Yeah, let's get set.
Ready, set.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down now, it's Scott. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
53.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Here's Breeze. He wants it all for the end zone. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. His throw incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. And an Eagle 1st down.
Go.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even...
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 45 on 2nd down, Wentz. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Watch safety creep. Man 5-7.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Back. Hey, kill. 6-6. Pull it high. Alert 3.
They'll run with Scott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Easy, opposite. Hey, Echo. I'm coming after you. Hey, Mike. Hey, easy. I'm coming. Line 52. 11. Where's 52? Watch the return.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Wentz now on 1st down. Completes it to Aguilar. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. There goes Green. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Anzalone. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Slam, slam, slam. Kill, 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 kill.
17-0 our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Wentz going to throw. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
What's this done?
27 Mike, 27 Mike, Mike 27.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Hey.
What's this done?
Working from the gun, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Scott. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it.
Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon. Rankins, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
A loss of 6 yards on the sack. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Back man. 180.
56. 6 man.
Check grade 57.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Watch.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet. 22.
Now wins. He'll hit Jackson, complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Wentz. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there, they didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Pulled in at the 24. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Set. Yellow waiting. Easy. Opposite.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Switch.
Check.
You got tape. You got 10 seconds.
Now Scott. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 2nd and a couple. Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes the score Saints 31, Eagles nothing. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go again.
Come on now. Oh, come on now. Let's go.
That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From the 36, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A gain there of 30 big ones. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
We go 21.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Breeze. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Check. Hey, alert 3.
15-yard line.
Sunday. Here we go.
On 2nd down and 4. Wentz in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Demario Davis coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 11.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz now to throw. It's caught by Jackson. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
No, check that. We're going to Mike 50. Bravo. You ain't going nowhere.
52's the Mike, boys. 52. Hey, let's get that ball.
0-2.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He can run for it, and he will. And down inside the 15 he goes. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Yellow lady. You kill.
That's track. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. I know he ain't got
it. Into the red zone. It's Breeze. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 13 yards out, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. On play action, it's Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10.
Kill. Shit. Joker.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Scott. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Scott. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Completes it to Dixon. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Number 84. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
5-9.
Here's Breeze to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. On 3rd down, Scott. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. T.J. Green with a pick.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. He's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
On 1st down, Scott. Five yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, switch gears. Still kill.
2nd and 5 now. Breeze got an open man. It's Scott. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Get that ball. General West.
Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up, and to great success.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Scott. There he goes inside the 30, and he'll be taken down at the 26. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They go again with Scott. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here we go. 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right.
Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 75 yards. And the Eagles able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Elliott good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Check 25. Check 25.
On 3rd down, it's Scott, and he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike 53. Watch the slats. Hey, easy. Out. 5-9.
On the carry, this is Scott. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
I'm coming. 13. Smooth. 52.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. There he goes left side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is it.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Eagles take over
That's
first
it,
and
baby.
10
We're going to work.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On play action, Wentz going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth, now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle the team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
53. Rip right. Check.
Breeze is looking to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and get it again. I'm ready to 10 on trying to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about
Okay.
it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks.